And I was just out there in the sunshine. You could nearly say that the weather today is extreme because it's about 7 months since we had a day like we have today, and thank God it's great to see it. And it's good to have the opportunity here, and I commend Sinn Féin on bringing the bill forward. Unfortunately, as a party, though, we cannot support aspects of this bill. Now, we fully support the spirit of the bill, and while we support the spirit of the bill, there are technical issues that prevent us from supporting it in moving forward. The bill has two parts. The first makes it an offence to recklessly endanger lives during a red alert warning through actions such as swimming in the sea or mountain climbing or whatever. The second makes it mandatory to close a workplace in a red alert area. However, while we strongly support the first issue, the latter is already covered by the Safety, Health and Welfare at Work Acts of 2005, and I'll refer later to that. The bill, therefore, is a duplication of current law and would represent an overly stringent set of fresh rules in the area of closing workplaces. However, Fianna Fáil supports strengthening provisions for penalising reckless endangerment of emergency workers, and we will work with Sinn Féin or others on this part of the bill without question. And at this stage, like others, I want to compliment our local authorities, our fire service, our ambulance service, indeed our radio stations, our national TV and radio, and everybody else I suppose in the run-up to Storm Emma in particular, and other storms, of the outstanding work they did. And I believe because of that communication with the people, many lives were saved. And I also want to acknowledge Deputy Adams did refer there to some extremely sad cases, particularly the one in Louth in your own constituency. And it struck me at the time how sad it was for that family that man lost his life during the storm. We accept, and we all know, that Ireland is subject to an ever-escalating series of storms in this era of climate change. This is going to lead to more pressure on our emergency services, and we need to respond to such extreme conditions. However, I think sometimes maybe there's somewhat of a knee-jerk legislative reaction, and we don't need that. That is not to say that there are issues in this bill that we can support and would support. Bills should reflect a real need and show they will have a positive impact. This bill, in our view, fails that test as it duplicates current law and probably would add further red tape on top of employers. This bill aims to achieve two things. First, it imposes penalties on those who would put lives in danger through reckless behaviour when an extreme weather warning has been called. It seeks to give Garda Síochána enhanced powers to pursue such behaviour. Secondly, the bill ensures that employees are not penalised for staying away from their place of work during a status red severe weather warning. However, in our view, the bill ignores the fact that existing legislation already encompasses these concerns. The bill raises definitional issues that should prevent it from moving forward to committee. An existing 1997 law makes it an offence to recklessly engage in conduct that creates a substantial risk of death or harm to another person. It allows for a fine of around €1,900 or 12 months in prison. We as a party put forward the Criminal Justice Endangerment Bill 2017 to strengthen this provision. We agree with this principle of the bill, and as I said, we'll work with other parties, particularly you, Sinn Féin, because you brought it forward, to advance this idea. However, I go back to the other part of the bill, and we feel it is essentially unnecessary. The Safety, Health and Welfare at Work Acts 2005 places the responsibility on employers to ensure the safety of their workers. This covers such extreme circumstances as weather warnings. We do not believe that adding to the existing law will contribute to the health and safety of workers. Employers are already guided by legislation and must act in the best interest of workers' health and safety in such circumstances. While well-intentioned, putting in place hard rules based on strict legislative definitions creates more issues than it will solve. I refer to the Health and Welfare at Work Act 2005. And the Health, Safety and Welfare Act 2005 already makes it mandatory for employers to ensure the safety of their workers coming to and from work as well as within it. It raises the question as to why this bill replicates and complicates its core elements. Introducing a hard rule when the current system operates effectively and is legally enforceable, which is a very important point, appears to be unnecessary. And it also raises definitional issues. Let's look at the general duties of the employer under the Safety, Health and Welfare at Work Act 2005. Parts 2 to Section 8 include to ensure the safety, health and welfare at work of his or her employees, to manage and conduct work activities in such a way as to ensure the safety, health and welfare at work of all employees, to manage and conduct work activity in such a way as to prevent any improper conduct or behaviour likely to endanger employees. As regards the place of work concerned, the employer must ensure the design, provision and maintenance of a safe, risk-free place of work. And that safe means access to and from it, and plant and machinery that are safe and without risk to health. Now, there has been a lot of improvements in terms of how we react to extreme weather situations. And again, I think our emergency services have done very, very well in recent times. And also the new system from Micellaneous, the new weather alert, I think is going to improve a lot. So while I wish you well with the bill, and as I said at the outset, there are aspects of the bill we can support, we can't fully support it in total. Thank you very much.